like that you talked about being real with yourself, right? But here's the problem. If you're not real with yourself and you're not self-aware enough to understand what your goals are, you get tied into other people's goals, right? So you think that you are going to work to make money because you're leveling up, but your bosses and the system knows, and that's why they market the credit cards and all those things to you, because they know that you're going to turn and burn that check as soon as you get it, because people aren't holding on to the bag. Even just a little bit of holding on to money will help you out. Like it was kind of weird. Like somebody I saw, I think they were talking about like credit cards and like department stores, and like I was watching this series on money, and like Sean, I really had to, you popped up in my mind and I popped up in my mind because I thought about how far we've come from a financial standpoint. Like, dog, I ain't even got no credit cards and I go to freaking Dick's Sporting Goods just to turn them down on the credit card boy. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm getting that shirt, I'm paying for it in cash. And there's no better feeling than that. But that comes from self, right? Because when you talk about honesty, that's how you get finessed by girls, by guys, by people that you dating, right? You stunt like something else, or you stunt like your parents had you set up, but you can't continuously do that. That's a principle that Gary Vee talks about. You like, one of the biggest issues with millennials right now is we want to stunt and tell our parents no, yet we get income and money and resources from those parents. You want to live in their house and don't want to live by their rules and get mad when they tell you no to something and you ain't got your name on no car note, no nothing like that. And I'm not saying go get a car note, but what I'm saying is sometimes you got to eat the ramen noodles, boy, and be honest with yourself on where you really want to be and where you are right now. Like I've had a few times where I had to, rent in a house that like I didn't, in some random dude's house that I found on Craigslist just to keep my income low. And what you find is when people aren't honest with themselves, they lack the discipline to make the hard decisions and make the hard choices, because they see the new crib that they friend bought, even though they friend is actually crying in the back room on the ground because A, they're not in a happy relationship, B, they don't have the money to sustain that relationship, and C, they kind of bought their way into it by selling somebody a dream. That happens a lot of times in the military, and a lot of times that comes down to discipline. And so as we're talking about discipline, the next success factor is discipline. So what about discipline really hit on, did you really want to hit on?
When it comes to discipline, it's more like consistency. Like that's what I think about when I hit a word discipline.
Say that word again. Say that C word again. Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Yo, it's consistency. Like I get accolades. I get a lot of accolades, for being very disciplined, but really I'm just being consistent with what I do. It's like, if I do this every single day, it looks like I have a lot of discipline. In my mind, I don't think of it as discipline.